Meet Tessa. She's 31 years old. Right now, she is staring at one small email. 10 minutes of work. That is all it needs. But Tessa has been avoiding it for 9 days. 9 days of stress. 9 days of guilt. All to dodge 10 minutes. Sound familiar? Here is the strange part. Tessa is not lazy. Her brain is choosing this on purpose. Stay with me. In the next few minutes, you will learn exactly why, and you will learn 4 simple steps to stop it. Tessa works from home. She is smart. She cares about her job. Monday morning, she opens her laptop. The email sits there, waiting. It is a small update for her boss. 10 minutes, maybe 12. But the moment she sees it, something happens. A tiny knot forms in her stomach. Her chest feels tight, and a voice in her head whispers, "Not now." Suddenly, her desk looks messy, so she cleans it. Then her plants need water. Then her phone lights up. One quick look becomes 40 minutes. She tells herself, "I will do it after lunch." After lunch, she says, "Tonight for sure." At night, she says, "Tomorrow morning." Fresh start. Each excuse feels true in the moment. Each one buys a little piece, and each one steals it right back. But tomorrow, the email feels heavier. By day 3, it feels like a wall. By day 5, she stops opening that tab at all. Just seeing the name makes her feel sick. Here is the twist. Avoiding the task did not make it smaller, it made it grow. Fear works like interest on a loan. The longer you wait, the more you owe. The email is still 10 minutes of work, but now it carries 9 days of fear. On the last night, panic takes over. Her heart races, her hands shake. She types fast and hits send at 11. It took 8 minutes. 8 minutes. She lost 9 days of peace for 8 minutes of work. Then comes the worst part. The shame. Tessa stares at the ceiling and asks, "Why do I always do this?" She calls herself lazy, broken, weak. But she is none of those things. And if you have ever felt like Tessa, neither are you. What happened to her has a name, and it hides inside every human brain. So what is really going on? Scientists have studied procrastination for years, and they found something surprising. It is not about time. It is not about being lazy. It is about feelings. To see it clearly, we need to look inside Tessa's head. There is a battle in there, and it has 4 secret players. Player 1, the tug-of-war. Deep inside your brain lives an old, fast system. Scientists call it the limbic system. We will call it the toddler. The toddler has one job: keep you comfortable right now. It hates boredom. It hates fear. It hates hard things. When life feels hard, the toddler reaches for the nearest candy. A game, a nap, a scroll. At the front of your brain sits a newer part, the prefrontal cortex. We will call it the planner. The planner thinks ahead. It sets goals. It knows the email matters. When Tessa sees the task, both wake up. The planner says, "Let's start now." The toddler screams, "No, run!" And here is the problem. The toddler is faster. It fires first, before deep thinking even begins. It also gets louder when you are tired, hungry, or stressed. So Tessa can truly want to work and still walk away. 2 parts of her brain want different things. That is why willpower keeps failing. You are not one voice. You are a tug-of-war. And every time you run, the toddler pulls the rope a little harder. Player 2, the mood trap. Here is the biggest secret in procrastination science. You are not avoiding the task. You are avoiding a feeling. Think about it. The email is just words on a screen. Words cannot hurt you, but the feelings around them can. Maybe it is boredom. Maybe it is fear of sounding dumb. Maybe you do not know where to start. Your brain hates these feelings, so it tries to fix your mood right now, fast. It does not care about your deadline. It cares about this exact second. It hands you your phone, a snack, one quick video, and it works. For about a minute, you feel better. Scientists call this mood repair. But notice what happened. The task did not get smaller. You just muted the alarm, and the alarm always comes back louder. Now the task carries the old fear, plus fresh guilt. So the next escape needs to be bigger, more scrolling, more snacks, more nothing. You are not managing your time, you are managing your mood, and the mood keeps winning. That is why lists and planners alone never fix this. The problem was never the plan, it was the feeling under the plan. Player 3, the stranger trick. Scientists put people inside brain scanners. First, they asked them to think about themselves. One brain area lit up. Then, they asked them to think about a stranger. A different area lit up. Then came the trick question. Think about yourself 1 year from now. Guess what lit up? The stranger area. To your brain, future you is not really you. Future you is a stranger. A nice stranger maybe, but still a stranger. And we do not protect strangers like we protect ourselves. So when Tessa says, "I will do it tomorrow," her brain hears a happy deal. I get relief today. Some stranger gets the stress. Easy trade, right? Except tomorrow always comes. And Tessa wakes up as that stranger, holding the bill. This is also why rewards now feel huge, and rewards later feel tiny. Scientists call it temporal discounting. Your brain shrinks the future, like a faraway mountain. It looks small. Until you get there. Then it is huge, and it is standing on your chest. You are not selfish. You are wired to protect today's you first. Player 4, the relief loop. This is the engine that keeps it all running. Watch the loop closely. Step 1, you see the task. Step 2, stress spikes in your body. Step 3, you avoid the task. Step 4, the stress drops. Instantly. Relief. Here is the dangerous part. To your brain, that relief is a reward, a prize. And brains repeat whatever gets rewarded, so avoidance gets marked as the winning move. Next time, you avoid faster, without even deciding. It becomes a habit, the same loop as biting your nails, the same loop as endless scrolling. See the task, feel the spike, run, feel better, round and round, day after day. But this loop has a cruel twist. It trades small pain now for giant pain later. Starting the email costs a little discomfort. Avoiding it for 9 days costs sleep, peace, and pride. Your brain still picks the 9 days. Why? Because the loop only feels the relief of right now. Your brain chooses stress over simple tasks because escape feels like winning. It is not broken. It learned this, and anything learned can be unlearned. So let's put it together. A toddler that grabs the wheel, a mood that begs to be fixed, a future self who feels like a stranger, and a loop that rewards running away. 4 players, 1 team, all working against your goals. That is procrastination, not laziness. A system, and systems can be beaten. Here is how. 4 steps. Each one is small. Each one works with your brain, not against it, and each one starts today. Step 1. Open the 2-minute door. The scariest moment of any task is right before you start. Fear peaks at the starting line, then it drops, so do not promise to finish. Promise 2 minutes, that is all. Tell your brain, we only have to do 2 minutes. The toddler can accept that. It is too small to fight. Once you begin, something funny happens. The task shrinks. The fear fades. Motion melts the mountain. Scientists call this the progress effect. Starting creates energy. Waiting drains it. Your action for today. Pick the task you are avoiding. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Start. When the timer rings, you may stop. Most people keep going. Step 2. Shrink the task. Your brain cannot grab a mountain. Write the report is a mountain. So the brain freezes. Vague tasks feel scary. Clear tasks feel doable. Your brain loves a next move it can actually see. So break the mountain into pebbles. Open the document, write 1 ugly sentence. Find 1 link. Each pebble is so small it sounds silly. That is the point. Silly small means the fear cannot hold on. Your action for today. Take 1 task you keep pushing away. Write down its very first tiny step. Not the plan, not the goal, just the first pebble. Then put it where you can see it. Step 3. Forgive and reset. This one sounds soft, but the science says it is strong. Researchers followed college students before an exam. Many of them procrastinated, no surprise. But here is the interesting part. The students who forgave themselves procrastinated less on the next exam. The ones who kept beating themselves up avoided even more. Why? Because shame is fuel for the loop. Shame makes the task feel heavier, and heavy tasks get avoided. Forgiveness cuts the fuel line. It clears the shame, so the task gets lighter. Your action for today. Think of 1 task you delayed. Now say this out loud. I avoided it because it felt hard. That is human. I can start now. It feels strange. Say it anyway. You are not letting yourself off. You are letting yourself begin. Step 4. Write to future you. Remember the stranger trick? Your brain treats future you like someone else. So make future you real. Give that stranger a face. Your face. Before you delay something, pause. Picture tomorrow's you. Tired. Rushed. Reading your excuse. Would you dump this on a friend? No? Then do not dump it on tomorrow's you. Your action for today. Tonight, do one small thing for tomorrow. Lay out your notes. Charge your laptop. Then leave a short note that says, "Dear tomorrow me, I opened the door for you." It sounds tiny, but your brain slowly starts to care for that stranger, and one day, the stranger becomes you. Back to Tessa. One Monday, she tries the 2-minute door. Just 2 minutes, she tells herself. 8 minutes later, the email is sent. She sits back and laughs. That was it? All that fear? For this? The wall was made of paper. Her life is not perfect now. Some days, the toddler still wins. That is okay. That is human. But fear does not run her weeks anymore. She knows the truth. It was never laziness. It was a loop. And loops can be broken. Yours can too. You do not need a new brain. You just need a new first move. If this video felt like a mirror, share it with one person who needs it. It might change their whole week. And if you want to understand your brain even more, watch the video on your screen right now. Your brain has been waiting for you to understand it. Today, you finally do.